Hey everyone, it's Amanda with Sweet Pieces. Welcome to our Monday live video. So it's Monday. Crazy, the weekend flew by. How about for you guys? It was nice half the weekend. Saturday was nice, right? But Sunday was a little bit you know. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes to jump on. I'm gonna step out for just a second. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a jiffy. Just stay tuned. I'll be right here. All right. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? It's Monday. It's Monday. We love it. Happy Monday, yes. So I have an exciting video for you guys today, and I tried something new. I tried this magic wand tool so that it flips the camera correctly so that you guys can actually see all of the words and everything in the correct way. So I learned a new trick today. So we're going to be talking about gel stain today. And gel stain is a fantastic product. It's a product by General Finishes. And basically what this product is for, it can either go on raw wood or it can go on existing wood finish type of projects. So let's say that you have an old oak dining table and you don't like the way it looks. You can use gel stain to transform your oak table without having to completely strip it down and redo it. So basically, I'm gonna walk you through the steps today of using gel stain on raw wood, and I'm also gonna show you gel stain on something that already has a finish on it. So why would you wanna use gel stain as opposed to just regular paint? With gel stain is good to use on things that you really want to have like a wood looking finish. So if you have something that's already has existing paint on it, then you could just go with the paint. Now you can use stain, you can use the gel stain to kind of make it look like a wood grain tone, but that's a little bit different. The other thing is that gel stain it's an oil-based product. So it takes a long time to cure. So in between coats, you need to have at least 6 to 8 hours of dry time. And before you top coat, you need to let it dry for at least 48 to 72 hours. So for those of you who are impatient and want to get your projects done really, really fast, gel stain may or may not be the product for you. So I have a very hard time like waiting. I've told you guys I'm a lazy DIYer. So it depends on the project, I should say. So what I'm going to be doing today is my stair railing it's been raw for the last 3 years and it's finally going to get done today. I'm so excited. And it's raw wood. So why would you use gel stain on raw wood as opposed to using just a regular stain? With gel stain, it's not completely penetrating the wood. So in situations where you might get blotchiness from a stain, you're not going to get that same result with gel stain. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of staining. It makes it really easy to do it. So that's why you would want to use gel stain. You don't have to precondition the wood and do all those steps beforehand. So let me just show you really quick the supplies that you're going to need. So the supplies you're going to need for gel staining is you're going to need your gel stain. So gel stain comes in a variety of different colors. I am going to be using black gel stain. So here's your gel stain. This comes in pints and quarts. You're also going to need some sort of sandpaper. So this is a sanding block. And then I also have just a piece of sandpaper. We sell like 3 different types of sandpaper on the website. So it really just is preference. I like the sheets when I want to do it around a curve. We also have an Ultraflex sanding pad, which I don't have here, but that's probably my favorite one. It's super easy to use and it does flex. This is good for like large flat surfaces. So both of those are available on the website. Then you're also going to need some sort of a brush. So you can use either a foam brush or you can use like throwaway chip brushes for this. So we have the 1 inch, the 2 inch, the 4 inch that are available on the website. We also have a small and a large foam brush. I like to use the chip brushes. I don't know, I don't really love the foam brushes. I just find them a little bit hard to use. I feel like the chip brushes really help to get it into all the grooves and crevices. You're also going to need some blue shop towels. You can find these at most any hardware store, but we also do sell them at Sweet Pieces. We aim to be a one-stop shop for you guys so that you don't have to go to a million places, and especially now with our current landscape, that's a good thing. Another product that we highly recommend when using gel stain is Bloxygen. So Bloxygen actually is also really good for the kitchen. So what Bloxygen does is it blocks the oxygen in whatever you're spraying it into. So for instance, everybody knows that when you cut an avocado and you leave it out with the exposed side up, it turns brown, right? So that is because the oxygen is hitting the surface and it's causing it to change color. If you take your avocado and you stick it in a container and you spray Bloxygen into it, what's happening is the Bloxygen is removing the oxygen. It's depositing argon on top of the avocado, which is an inert gas. So it's kind of like, think about potato chips. So when you get a potato chip bag, it has all that air inside of it. Some manufacturers use argon in the bags. Some of them use nitrogen. But basically what it's doing is it's taking the oxygen out and it's letting a different gas sit on top of it so that it can't change the color of it. So it works on anything in the kitchen. So like coffee beans, olive oil, bananas, apples, avocados, all of those things won't turn brown if you use Bloxygen on them. So we always have a can in our pantry. I don't know if you guys know, but my husband is practically a professional chef, and he will kill me for saying that. He should be. He should have a food blog for sure. But he loves cooking in the kitchen, and he does all kinds of crazy stuff in the kitchen. So we always have a bottle of Bloxygen on hand for both the kitchen and my DIY products. So why would you use Bloxygen with gel stain? So gel stain is an oil-based product, and what cures oil-based products is oxygen. So you can't speed up the process of curing or drying, I should say, something that's an oil-based product. It basically just needs time. So with that being said, when you take a can of gel stain and you're ready to close it up and you stick your lid back on it, what's sitting inside of there is oxygen. So oxygen starts to cure that product that's inside of your can. And the longer the oxygen sits in there, the more that it can cure the product. So if you leave it in there for a very long time and you open it, it's going to cure it layer by layer by layer until it gets to the bottom of your product, and it's wasted all of your product. So Bloxygen basically removes the oxygen from the can. It inserts argon, so the argon sits on top of the product and it doesn't cure it. So any of your oil-based products, Bloxygen is going to protect them. So basically the way that you do this, I'll give you a quick little tutorial here. You're going to take your can, which will come with a lid. Ours doesn't have it because who knows, we use this all the time. It's going to come with this little straw. By the way, your can is going to feel totally empty. It's literally just, inert gas that's in there. So it doesn't feel like there's anything in there. There is, I promise. So you stick this little straw into the nozzle. You then, you put the cap on, kind of like you're going to close it. And this one is closed. Let me pop this open. This one's really closed. We don't usually get these that closed. Okay. So you're going to take your Bloxygen and you're gonna stick the little tube right on the inside. You're gonna hold this for like 2-3 seconds and press down. Take it, pull it out, and then push your lid down. So now your product is totally preserved, so it will not cure. You know, you could leave this closed forever and it will, like 2-3 years later, it will be totally fine and usable. You do not want to use Bloxygen on water-based products. You only use Bloxygen on oil-based products, and then also food and things that basically anything that turns brown, the Bloxygen will stop it from doing that. So you just want to make sure you only use that on your oil-based products, and that will work on any oil-based product that you have in your home. Oil-based paints, other oil-based stains, oil-based top coats, it will preserve and protect them. And I think this 75 uses in this can. So this is a really fantastic product to use, to have in the house. Like I said, for anything, for your DIY products and also for the kitchen. So those are the different products that you want to have when you're ready to do a gel stain project. So I pop my can open, and it looks like, this is so funny. This is like the blooper reel. It looks like we didn't use Bloxygen in this can. It's very hard, but I do know that underneath this hardness here, which I'm going to scrape it away, there is definitely gel stain that I can use. There we go. So let me pull the camera over here so you guys can see what I'm working with here. Like I said, we didn't use Bloxygen on this can, so these are the breaks of not using Bloxygen. Also, if your can lids get very cruddy and there's all kinds of product in there, it's really hard to close the lid. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning out your lids anytime you're using product. For us at the store, it's hard sometimes because there's so many of us using the product and we're using it for so many different things, which doesn't make it right, but we need to get better at that, peeps. So if you can see in here, there's this very hard, I don't know if you can hear that, piece on the top, and that's basically from the oxygen getting to the product. But underneath that, it's completely fine product, but that's, you know, quite a bit that was basically wasted. So what I'm doing is I'm basically scooping it out from underneath it, and I'm going to just use that product. You want to make sure that you stir your gel stain anytime you're using it. Sometimes it will have like a little bit of a separation to it, but that's totally normal and a-okay. Okay, so I definitely have more than enough in there to do my banister here. So let's have you swing around. I'm gonna pull you over onto this side here. And this camera is like opposite today, so I'm struggling here with how to do this. Okay, all right, so here's my banister. Okay, this is like, you know, it's regular old pine wood, nothing special. And I'm going to just show you exactly how to do this. So I'm going to grab my 1-inch and my 2-inch chip brush. I'm going to grab my gel stain. Now, I don't need to sand this prior because this is raw wood. So if this were something that was finished, which I'm going to show you guys in just a little bit, I would need to lightly scuff sand it to break the surface tension, but I wouldn't have to completely strip it down to its raw finish. The other thing to note about this is gel stain is really meant to go from a lighter color to a darker color. So if you have a piece that is already a dark brown and you want it to be like a maple color, you wouldn't be able to use this process. You could, however, paint it with a base coat of the Jolie Matte Finish paint, which is a chalk style paint, and then put the gel stain on top of it. So you could do that. So if I were doing that, I would probably use a color, let's say like marigold as the base coat, and then put, say, the maple on top of that. So that is an option as well. But mostly we're going to use gel stain when we have a lighter wood and we want to go darker. The piece I'm going to show you that is already finished is a door, actually from my china cabinet that I did in the laundry room that I removed, and I'm going to be using the black gel stain. It's already a dark wood, but it will definitely go black. So, okay, so here's what we're going to do. I also need my rags. So I have my blue shop towels here, and I have my chip brushes, and I'm just going to move you guys in. Let's see, which way do I want to go with this? I'll move you in here a little bit closer. Oh, I had a few questions here. Let me see. Hello, Grandma. My grandma's watching today. So I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but my grandma used to own a ceramics painting studio. So I always wonder, like, where did my creative genes come from? And literally, you know, between my mom's side and my dad's side, both highly creative. I always say, like, my mom was always painting or sewing or doing something when I was a kid, and my dad was always tinkering with cars and putting things back together. And then my grandma owned a ceramics studio where she taught ceramics. And I remember as a kid, you know, when you're a kid, like, things always look so much bigger. And I don't know, and Grandma, you'll have to chime in, how many people she would have, but it just seemed like it was, the rows just went forever. She had this great property in upstate New York, and it was like this huge classroom off of her house, and then she had this amazing barn out back as well that we used to play in as kids. But it was really fantastic, and it was kind of like very similar to what I'm doing today. So Grandma was, you know, she was on the forefront of it. All right, so let's see who else do I have questions from here. Kurt, this video is going to be posted on our Facebook page for sure after we're done filming it. Annie's asking if this can be used on kitchen cabinets as well. So yes, this can absolutely be used on kitchen cabinets. You basically are going to follow the same steps. You're going to lightly scuff sand. You're going to clean with denatured alcohol and water. And then you're going to wipe down with a tack cloth. And then you're going to go ahead and apply the gel stain with either a foam brush or a chip brush. And then you would wait 6 to 8 hours in between coats. You would seal after your last coat has been drying for 48 to 72 hours. And then you would use the high performance top coat to actually seal the product. And you would want to make sure that you do, you know, let's say at least 2 coats of that, if not 3, for, you know, more durability. So it is a lengthier process. We're actually looking into another product that I'm pretty excited about, but gel stain has been such a great seller for us that I've been a little bit hesitant to bring it on, but it's kind of revolutionary in the sense that you don't have to wait all of that downtime in between. So I'm still testing it to see if it will truly live up to the Sweet Pieces standard. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, gel stain is a fantastic product, and it will definitely hold up on kitchen cabinets for sure. Okay, so Kathleen is asking, what about going over paint, chalk and milk? So you can use this product, like I briefly mentioned, to go over either chalk style paint or milk style paints, which is what our General Finishes furniture paint is referred to. You basically need to, and you know what, let me revise that. Would I go over milk paint? I probably wouldn't go over the General Finishes milk paint with gel stain. I think you could, but I don't think that you would really necessarily want to, unless you had already painted it with the General Finishes and then you were deciding that you wanted to go into a completely different direction. But yes, we have done it over the chalk style paint, and basically you can use that chalk style paint as a base coat to create your undertone of your wood finish. And then you would basically just paint over it with the gel stain. So yes, you can do that, Kathleen. Christine, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys watching. Oh, we have Linda who's coming all the way from California. That's amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we got a few questions in there. Oh, Patty's saying hi to Grandma too. Hi, Karen. How's Karen doing? This is so exciting. So Erin is asking, could you use this product to touch up on wood floors? So here's the answer to that. Erin, would I do it in my own house? You betcha. Would I recommend it as something that a client should do? I mean, is it going to hold up? Probably. If it's a fix for a couple of years until you get around to refinishing the floors, you're actually giving me an idea, because I have a lot of spots on my floor that are like missing some of the top coat, because it's, you know, the dog has walked over it. So yeah, you could use it as just a touch up in between refinishing, but it's really not what the product is meant for. We've also had customers do it on stairs. You know, so is it really meant for that? Probably not. General Finishes isn't going to recommend it for that, but I have seen it hold up really, really well in those types of instances. So it's kind of your call, but I would say, like I said, I would do it in my own house. Would I recommend it for clients? Not necessarily, but if they came to us and asked us, is this something that I could do? Yes, you absolutely could do it. You just want to make sure, like I said, to wait in between coats, and to also, you know, give it like a nice scuff sand, just to make sure that you're knocking back any of that glossiness. Okay, so hi Regina. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint this post. I'm gonna gel stain this post. Let me just lower this a little bit. Raise it a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to dip my brush into my gel stain, and I'm going to paint, basically. Now you can, you know, gel stain is, it's a thick product. Sometimes people ask, can you thin it? We don't really recommend thinning it, but you can thin it about 10% with mineral spirits if you want to thin it a little bit. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me just have you come down here a little bit, and I'll have you. Okay, so this is really hard to see. But basically, as I wiped that back, it just, I can see the grain of the wood still, which is what I want. I don't want it, I mean, I could paint this. I could absolutely paint this solid black, but I do want to see a little bit of this kind of wood grain coming through. Oh, the other thing that you would want to probably use with this is gloves. I'm being very bad, and you know, I haven't been to the nail salon in quite a few weeks, so it's not so bad. It's not going to mess up my manicure, my non-existent manicure. But when you're using this product, you should wear gloves, because it is going to stain your hands like crazy. So I'm going to do this upper piece of wood here. I think you'll be able to see the grain on this guy a little bit better. But again, if you're using a regular stain on this, you would need like a preconditioner. You'd want to make sure that every area is taking the stain the same. But with this product, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so this you're going to be able to see the grain a lot better. So now you can kind of see, you know, all that grain in there. Do you see it? All in there. And basically, here, I'll move it like this. I could go back over this a little bit more. To cover it a little bit more. I could also wait. And sometimes when you go back over the gel stain, it's almost like it removes it a little bit. So you want to just be careful. Like I'm barely touching this, just to get a little bit more depth on there. But I'm almost like not removing quite as much product that time around. Let me raise that up a little bit so you guys can see this upper half. But I'm really liking the way this looks. It looks like, you know, a nice stained finish. And it's super easy. I mean, it's not, I don't really have to put any kind of effort into this at all. I just got to spread the product on basically and wipe it back. And and we actually have, if you go to our website, we now have some informational pages under our how-to section that show all of the different products that we carry and how to use them. So if you click on the gel stain category, it will show you the step-by-step instructions for doing gel stain, and there's a fantastic picture on there. I think we used it for the intro to this video, showing what one of our amazing customers, Lorraine, did on her staircase. She actually used the black gel stain on her railings and also her stairs. It came out so amazing. She did such a fantastic job. I do want to quickly note for you guys that the black gel stain takes a lot longer to dry than some of the other colors. So I just want you to be aware of that when you're doing your projects. If you find that it's taking a long time to dry, and you'll know if it's dry, like if you touch it and it's tacky, it's still wet. So you gotta wait. So sometimes we say 48 to 72 hours. If it's really, really humid, it could take 5 or 10 days to actually dry. So it totally depends on the humidity, how much, wetness is in the air, as to how long it's going to take to dry. So kind of just keep that in mind. If it seems like it's taking a little bit longer, it's undesirable, but it's still normal. So just kind of keep that in mind. Hi, Mom. Now Mom's watching. So I'm just going to quickly go over this bottom rail here. I have to tell you, you guys are forcing me to get all kinds of projects done at home. I'm so excited because these projects literally have been sitting, ready to do in my home for years, like literally years. I just didn't realize how much time I was spending at the store and, on the business, and which is all wonderful and good things. I don't regret anything because I believe everything happens for a reason. But it's just wonderful to be getting these projects done. It's so invigorating. So I can imagine, now I know, now I think I understand our customers a little bit better when they get so excited to do their projects. Not that I did it, but I think after, 8 years of doing this, I forgot a little bit what it's really like to tackle these projects and get it done. So I love it. It's a time of renewal, I feel like, for all of us to make decisions about our lives and what we're doing. Okay, so I'm just going to swing you around here and just quickly show you. You can still see the grain in here, which is going to be really pretty. I'll probably do another coat on this once it dries, just to give it a little bit more depth and dimension. And then once that's dry, then I'll go ahead and I will seal it as well with the high performance top coat. So I'm gonna flip you guys around here, and I'm gonna show you this piece. I can't decide which way to go with this camera because it's backwards and it's freaking me out here. Okay, I think we got to go this way. Okay, so I know I have a couple questions here. So let's see here. So CC asked, I just used a gray on maple. Gave it 3 coats, used more like a paint. Looks lighter than I expected, so we'll do a wash. Which you can absolutely do. But watch to know if it needs a top coat. So anytime I'm doing anything with paint or gel stain, I'm gonna top coat it if it's something that's gonna get wear and tear. So any kind of dining table, any kind of kitchen cabinets, any kind of furniture that's going to get touched and moved and used and things put on top of it, all that stuff I'm going to go ahead and always top coat. A glaze always needs a top coat. Always, always, always. If you're doing a glaze, you definitely need to put a top coat onto it if you want to maintain your finish. So there's nothing worse than doing this beautiful glaze and then you stick something on top of it and scratch it, and now the glaze is ruined. And you'd really have to essentially, start over or do a really fine touch up. So putting the top coat on is going to help you to avoid that. So definitely do a top coat for sure. Okay, so Janine wants to know, can it be used on wood moldings that have been finished? Yes, it can. And we've had, you know, quite a few clients who have done this as well. So basically the process is going to be what I'm going to show you guys right now. So let me just see if there was any other. Oh, so Katie asked if this could be used on outdoor furniture. Let me refer to the can for that, because I don't think that they recommend this for exterior use. Let me see here. For interior use only. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend this for outdoor. If you wanted to create like a wood grain type of an effect, like a stain type of an effect, Katie, I would probably just use the paint like a wash and just find the color that's right. You know, whether you do like a gray stain or you do a black or you do a brown, I would use the Jolie matte finish paint, and I would probably do either like espresso or truffle, or even graphite is really beautiful. That kind of looks like a grayish stain. You could add some pure white in with the graphite. That'll create a little bit of a lighter gray stain. So those would probably be some of the colors that I would do for staining purposes on outdoor furniture. Christine is asking if, as we do more coats, do you lose some of the wood grain? You do. So it's kind of like how much you wipe back. So if you start layering a lot of coats on top of each other, it can get a little bit more opaque. It will get a little bit more opaque. So that's really your option. Like sometimes we do that on purpose and we just want to have like a nice solid woodish color looking piece. You could absolutely do like 3 coats of gel stain and just leave it, you know, top coat it, but just leave it solid basically. So our most popular color of gel stain is Java. So the whole DIY world started referring to this product as Java gel. So Java is the color, gel is the product, and we sell all kinds. We sell like 8 different colors. So we have Java gel, we also have gray gel, black gel, colonial maple, nutmeg, antique walnut, Georgian cherry. So there's a lot of different colors, but Java is probably our most popular. It's a very rich, dark color, but it also has a hint of red as an undertone. So for that reason, Java isn't really my favorite. I more so go to either the blacks. We have a couple of grays that are really nice. And then we also have antique walnut, which is a really pretty, like rich, dark brown. So those, check those out on our website. Thank you, Randy. Randy loves my necklace. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, and then we also posted that you can also use General Finishes milk paint outdoors, and then you would seal it with the exterior 450. So that is possible as well. Yeah. So Patty, okay. Patty has a question. So Patty wants to know, can you use General Finishes if you first put a barrier coat, top coat? Yeah, you can. So you can, you know, put a top coat onto something like the General Finishes. You would want to just lightly scuff sand it after you put that top coat on, and then you can apply the gel stain over the top of that. And basically with the gel stain, like I said, it's not penetrating, so it's kind of sitting on top, so it's nice to be able to like wipe it back basically. And then Cece is asking, can you gel on gel if you want to change the color? You can, but you need to make sure that you're going darker. So gel stain, like I mentioned, isn't going, it's not going lighter, it's only going to go darker. If you want to go lighter, then you need to base coat it with like a chalk style paint, okay? And John is obviously listening to rap while he's at the shop because he just put a quote in there from a rap song. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. Hi, Ralph. Ralph is watching too. We are going to show you how to do the gel stain. Basically, this is start to finish on an existing surface. So let me just get you guys in here so you can get a good view of this. Let me make sure. I feel like my camera is a little bit. There we go. That's a little clearer. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm first going to lightly sand this. So this is actually the door Ralph from your china cabinet, which I took off and didn't use because I wanted open storage. And now I'm going to just use it to show how to use gel stain on an existing finish. Okay, so let me turn this a little bit. Okay, so this is it's a dark wood. I would probably classify this as like antique walnut, I guess. And I'm just going to take my sandpaper. This is a 220 grit that I'm using, and I'm just going to quickly I'm not sanding to strip this. I'm just sanding to break the surface tension. Oh, I didn't realize that my dryer was going. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, and I'm going to just do these. I'm probably not going to do these, but... Okay, so quickly, that was just a quick little... My dryer is singing to me. I don't have a tack cloth at home. I was a bad girl and I didn't go on sweetpieces.com and order everything that I needed. So I'm just going to take this rag and I am going to just wet it so that I have a little bit of something to grab onto that dust. But if I had a tack cloth, that would just basically remove it very, very easily. By the way, we're not technically open today. We've been closed on Sundays and Mondays for curbside pickup, but John is at the store right now. He's packing up some orders that needed to be shipped. So if anybody needs product right at this moment, you can call him. He'll probably be there until about 4. So if you need anything, he is over there. Okay. And if you place an order online this weekend, it will be shipping out today. So I'm going to just wipe this down with another paper towel just so that it's not wet. Okay, and then I'm going to take, so I have my same brush here that I used on the railing. You know what? Let me use my 1-inch. So I'm going to grab my 1-inch chip brush. I always have like 3 or 4 of each of these sizes around because I use them for everything. You know, any kind of techniques like dry brushing or washing. I use them for gel staining. I use them when I'm doing sample boards. So these are always good to have on hand. And we do, like I said, sell all 3 different sizes. So I'm just going to dip into my gel stain. So I have a little bit on my brush here. And I don't, you know, it's not a ton. I don't have a ton of product on there. I'm sorry, this is so weird for me. I'm like going in the opposite direction. So now I'm going to just go ahead and paint this on. And again, I'm going darker. So I'm going from this antique walnut to a black. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this door. If anybody has any ideas for me, shout it out. I can make a photo frame out of it, maybe. And what's nice is that you can kind of still see the wood grain through this. So I could paint this on and leave this as is, or I can come in with another one of my shop towels and basically just wipe this back a little bit. And obviously the thicker coat that I leave on here, the darker that it's going to be. Or I'm sorry, the thicker the coat I leave on, the longer it's going to take to dry. And you can, you know, kind of just layer it up basically. But what's nice is that you can really still see that wood grain through it. And it's also going to maintain the sheen. So, you know, if you have like a shiny kind of a wood, it's not going to like dull it out. Like if I were to paint this and try to do a wash with the paint, it's going to kind of dull it out a little bit. And this kind of makes it look still fit nice and finished. So you can kind of see, let's see. So do you see we have black over here and then this is still the brown. Okay, so I have a couple questions here. Let's see. Okay, can I place an order and instead of shipping through mail, can I do? Yeah, so Christine, yeah, we're doing curbside pickup. So pretty much Tuesdays through Saturdays, we're available for curbside pickup. There is an option for that right on the website. So obviously then you don't get charged shipping and neither do we, which we appreciate. So yeah, you can absolutely pick it up. We have the back door of the shop is open. And we set them out on a table back there so you don't have to talk to us. You pay for everything online. You don't have to see us. And you just grab your bag. It'll have your name and a Sharpie on it so you know exactly which package is yours. And you'll be good to go. So yeah, you can absolutely choose curbside pickup. Okay, let's see. Janine is asking, can the gel stain be used over polyurethane or oil-based products that are an item to be refinished with the gel stain? Yes, you can. So you just want to make sure that whatever project that you're working on, if you're going over something that's oil-based, it has to be totally dry. So if it was done years ago, it's dry. You're totally fine. If you just did it last week, I would probably wait like 7 to 10 days just to make sure that it's totally dry. Oil on oil is fine, which is what you're doing with the gel stain. But when you go to top coat it, it's going to be a water-based top coat that we recommend. If that first layer wasn't dry yet and you put another layer of oil on top of it, it takes longer to dry. Like think about nail polish. When you apply nail polish, if you apply too many layers, it just takes a really long time to dry. So that's basically how it is with the gel stain as well. So if you give it some time to dry in between the layers, that is always going to help kind of speed up the process basically. But yeah, you can absolutely do it on top of something else that's been, you know, stained with an oil-based product. So this is, you know, this product is very easy to use. You know, it is a little bit more, it's a little bit more involved because I feel like, you know, it's a little smelly. It's not tremendously, overwhelmingly smelly, but it's a little bit more smelly. You know, it's a little bit more time and effort to clean it up because you have to use mineral spirits to clean it up. You know, like I said, we do recommend that you wear gloves. So it's, you know, it's a little bit more involved in that sense, but it does give you really beautiful professional looking results, which is really nice. And it, like I said, it's going to help you to maintain that wood grain type of a finish. This product, I think, probably gets used the most on like oak, you know, people that have oak cabinets or oak tables and chairs, like they want to change the look of it. You know, oak is not as popular as it was in years past. So this is a really easy way to change the look of that, but still maintain the beautiful wood grain. So I am doing these slats in between. So if you notice, I'm not getting crazy about not getting it on the glass. And you might be wondering, what is she going to do? She's getting it on the glass. I'm just going to use mineral spirits to wipe it back and it will come right off the glass. So that's that. And then I'm just going to lightly, very lightly wipe this bottom and wipe this side. So this is actually really pretty. So if, you know, depending on what color wood you're going over, you know, it's going to vary the way that your finish looks. So for instance, you know, if you're going over a really dark wood like this, it's going to look one way. And if you're going over oak, it's going to look a little bit different. So it's hard to say like, what is my project going to look like exactly? Because there's always that component of what the actual wood is. So if you're painting, like let's say you have 3 different wood finishes in your room and you're painting everything, they will all look the same after they're painted. But with the gel stain, there can be a little bit of a variation. So if you have a maple dresser, an oak dresser, and a mahogany dresser, and you gel stain all three of them in black gel stain, they're all gonna look a little bit different. So you wanna kind of keep that in mind. The other thing to think about with gel stain is that any imperfections that are in your finish they're not going to go away with the gel stain. It's almost like they're going to be highlighted a little bit. So you want to kind of keep that in mind as well. Like with the paint, if you have an imperfection, a lot of times it will just cover it. But with the gel stain, it will kind of highlight it. So like, let's say you have like a gouge in the top of a desk or something. If you just go over it with the gel stain, you're going to still see that gouge. I had a piece one time that it was a desk and it had a really junky top to it. And part of it was painted, it was peeling, part of it was wood grain. It was like terrible. So I thought, let me just gel stain over it. I'll do it like dark. I'll do it almost opaque and see how it comes out. It looked horrible. So I went over it again with paint after it was done. So I make the mistake so you guys don't have to. So just make sure that if you have a finish that it's nice and consistent. If you have like a ton of rings, like water rings on your piece, that kind of stuff you do want to sand out and get out, because if you don't, it's going to be highlighted on the wood. And if you just sand in one area and then the rest of the piece, that area is going to take the gel stain differently than the rest of the piece. So if you are having to sand because of imperfections in your piece, you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and sanding the entire thing. Don't just sand those little areas, because you will be able to see it. So gel stain is really good if it's like a good finish, it's in good condition, and you want to change it. If it's like completely wrecked, then you're just better off, doing the right thing with all of your prep work and getting it going that way. So Christine, I think I answered your question about the glass. I'm just going to use mineral spirits to take off that gel stain on there. Okay. So Kimberly's asking, this may be silly, but when you say it's black stain, does it show brownish way back? So it shows the brownish, Kimberly, because that's the original wood tone. So that's, what I was just saying is that is going to your finish is going to take into effect what you start with the gel stain. Now, if I were to take the black gel stain and do it totally solid, make it very, very solid black by, say, using, let's say, 3 coats of the gel stain, then you wouldn't see the difference. But because I'm kind of using that original wood grain as part of my finish, it is gonna affect the color of the actual finished product. Do I prefer Biggie or Tupac? I don't. I prefer neither. My nickname in college was Biggie Smalls because, in cheerleading, that's, a long time ago. Kimberly has a yellow-orange pine table and she wants to work on it, and she's looking for a rich brown, dark stain wood top. She plans to sand down to raw wood. What would I recommend? So Kimberly, that's a perfect project for the gel stain. So it's something that you're going to sand down completely. You can absolutely use the gel stain. Now, it's not necessary for you to sand it down completely. So if you didn't want to sand it down completely, you don't have to. But I will say a tiny bit of that yellowish orangey pine may show through on the piece. And we actually have at the shop, our display cabinet that has all the enhancement products in it was like an orangey maple wood. And then we use the black gel stain on it, but we let a little bit of that peek through so that it showed a little bit of grain to it. So that might be something that you want to take a peek at the next time you're at the shop. And if that's not going to be anytime soon, then you can always shoot us an email and we will send you a photo of it so you can see what it looks like. But if you sand it down and you get rid of that yellowy orange stain, then you can definitely go ahead and use the gel stain on top of it. And like I said, you wouldn't have to worry about doing any of the preconditioning steps that usually come with using a typical stain, like a water-based stain. Randy, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you guys great info. We love sharing knowledge with you guys. It's one of my favorite things that, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I went to school to be a teacher, and I realized after teaching children that really wasn't my calling, but I do love teaching, and I love teaching adults who, or kids that actually want to learn. So I love nothing more than doing these videos and sharing the information that I have with you. I also am addicted to learning. I love learning new things. So I love even more learning it and then being able to share it with you guys. So I don't want to give you any, I can't spill the beans too much, but we have some really exciting new products that are going to be coming in. I'm testing one today. Dion, if you're watching, it came. I'm so excited. All I'm going to say is leather. Okay, if you guys need to restore your leather, I'm so excited. I just can't wait. So I have to test it first because, as you guys know, we don't bring anything into the Sweet Pieces line without actually quality control and testing it ourselves. So a lot of thought and care goes into the products that we carry. And you know, when you guys are ordering a product from us, we really do consider ourselves the experts on it, because we have spent so much time getting to know that product and understanding how it integrates with the other products that we carry. So there's a lot of love and testing that goes on with all of the products that we carry. And we really do pride ourselves on customer service and being able to help you guys through troubleshooting. So please know that it really is something that we take a lot of time, and we invest a lot of energy in getting the right information out there. So Janine's commenting on this pink piece behind me, and this is something that I've actually done during quarantine. It's like one of my, I need to know which way to go. This is so weird. So I love this piece too. This piece, I found it on the side of the road many years ago, and it was my counter in Brooklyn when we had a Brooklyn store, and then it lived in the pit of our building, which by the way was built in 1907, our building in Huntington, and then it came here to my laundry room, and now it's a really great storage piece for me. And it was horribly beat up and gray and white when it's been down here, and during quarantine I painted it pink with General Finishes milk paint. So if you want to see that segment, you'll have to jump onto our Facebook page and you can check it out. It's in our live videos. And now I'm just thinking, Julie, maybe it would be a good idea to load some of these up onto YouTube, because I think, you know, a lot of people do like to watch it on YouTube as well. So I think I have another question. Donna asks, would it be appropriate to use on window trim to deepen the wood tone? Yeah, absolutely. So someone else asked about doing their wood trim. You can absolutely do the wood trim. It's a great way to transform it. And I have a lot of clients who have that orangey wood tone on their wood trim, and it's just not desirable anymore with all of the grays and the taupes and the beiges that we have going on in today's trends. That orangey wood tone just doesn't work with it. So this is a really great and easy way to do it. Like I said, it does take a little bit more time because you're having to wait for dry time, but it absolutely can work. So a couple of things, and let me just make sure there's no other questions. California, Norma, another California girl. I love it. John's asked if I painted the door yet. Do you guys want to see? I told you I wasn't going to paint again. I wasn't going to bring you guys down here again until I painted the door. So there we go. There we go. There it is. She's painted. So I went with the black. I love the black doors. Do you guys love the black doors? It's just such a great pop of color. And I'll bring you guys in here a little bit closer on the actual hardware here. So let's see. So I showed you guys Brasso last week. So Brasso is a great product to shine up brass. So secret tip here from Amanda. I used Brasso on the front of this handle. And then I used my gilding wax on this outer edge because it had all kinds of like paint from like years past. So I didn't want to mess around with it and spend a ton of time using the steel wool. I knew this would come really nice and clean. So I did the Brasso on this, and then I did the gilding wax on this. And it took me all of about 60 seconds to do the entire thing. So this is the product that I used. It is gilding wax. And this particular color is called King Gold, which I think we're currently out of stock on. And it comes from France. And we don't have an ETA on when it's coming in. We placed the order, but it's not here yet. So I'm sorry, you'll have to wait for that. But if you do want to pre-order it, I would do a pre-order discount for you guys. If that was something that you wanted to do, you can reach out to us at the shop. So let's see here. Winnie, oh, you're going to be I'm so excited about this. It's very, very exciting. And Jill's traveling on the wrong roads. Yes, that is true. Tampa, we have Florida as well. Besides my mom, another fan from Florida. So we appreciate it. So Christine says that she is, okay, so you're having a hard time to go back to Facebook. Interesting, to review the lives. We'll definitely load them up on YouTube. That is where a lot of our videos live. If you didn't know that, by the way, definitely check out YouTube. We have, I don't know, probably 50 or 60 videos up there of all different techniques. And just so you guys know, we have... we did a lot of our videos when we used to carry the Annie Sloan product, and since we have moved to the Jolie product, some of the information that we have shared on those videos does not technically apply. So if you have a question about something and you feel like it doesn't go along with what you have recently heard me said, then definitely feel free to reach out to us and we will clarify that. But we're working on getting them all replaced so that it's all up-to-date information. But it takes a little time, and unfortunately, I don't have a camera woman anymore. I miss my camera woman. Julie, I need you, girl. So before I go, I just want to remind you guys, let me go grab something. I'll be right back. Hold on. I just want to remind you guys that we have a couple of kits up on the website for you guys. If you are home and you need projects to do, we have these really fun kits. So we have two different kits. We have these oversized entryway signs. So these stand about 4 feet tall. They're really great to just sit out on the front porch or in your foyer entryway. We have quite a few different options for sayings. Like I think we did Hello Spring, and then we also have Welcome. We have your last name. We have Garden. There's a bunch of them. So you can check those out on the website. Just search for DIY kits. We have 2 different techniques that we've taught you how to do on those signs. And then we also have a smaller kit sign. They're about 12 inches long, and they are really great to do with the kids. You could do this one with the kids as well, but the other DIY sign kit, I did a video with my daughter, and that basically takes you through everything step by step, exactly what to do. So if you guys need a little something to do at home, please take a look at the website, the DIY sign kits, and we can get you, a little project for yourself. The other thing I want to mention, don't forget, we are donating $5 for every single can of paint that you guys buy. That also includes gel stain, that includes the Jolie matte finish paint, and it includes the General Finishes milk paint. So $5 per can, and 10% of all of our home decor sales are also going to a worthy cause. I have yet to find the worthy cause, and it's not, I've looked, but it's, you want to make sure that you're donating to something that is truly worthy. So we've been keeping track of it. It's been, loading up, and we're saving it until we find that worthy cause. If you guys know of any organizations that are in need, please let us know, and know that your DIY purchases are not only helping you because you get to tackle your projects, they're not only helping Sweet Pieces and our amazing employees stay employed and us stay in business, but we're also helping a worthy cause. So it's good stuff all around. We have a couple more questions. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like my door. I went with the black. Yep, we do have that YouTube channel. What is my ribbon hanging on? I know, isn't that crazy? So I bought this like years ago. I swear it's someone like me, you know, someone who like invented this. I don't even remember where I got it from, but I tell you, ribbon is like, it's a problem for me. Is it a problem for anybody else? Like, I'm obsessed with ribbon. I have so much ribbon. I also have tons of ribbon at the store in my office as well. So this is actually, and I want to, you know, someday make this a little bit more functional. I'll show you exactly how this little system here works. So this is like an easel. It like opens up. Let me take this so you guys can see. No, this way. So see how it's like an easel, and it has the top, and I'm going to probably hang this on the wall. And then it has these dowels. Each one of these dowels like lifts out. So this side is open, and then this side has like a, so this side here is open. These, you know, the dowels slide into it. And then this side is like just a hole that they slide into. And basically I can, you know, put my ribbons on this very easily. And I need to reorganize these so that they're, because the width of them has to be right for them to kind of sit correctly. But basically I could pull this off and then they would just slide off at the end here. So I have searched for every solution to storing ribbons, and that was really the best option that I found. And you could probably easily make something like that. I don't know if John Scroll is watching, but that's something you could sell is ribbon organizers. This would be very easy to make with wood. Let's see if Christine's asking if we have any videos on a wash over Crackle Text finish. So I'm pretty sure that on our Crackle Text video on YouTube, we do talk about doing a wash on top of it. So go to YouTube and look at that. And if I don't, I will review that later. Julie, actually, could you review that for me? And if we don't have that, then that will be a video that we'll definitely tackle sometime this week for sure. Barbara is asking, what gel stain color would I suggest for a yellowish gold oak pedestal table for a kitchen that is basically all white cabinets and gray backsplash and dark brown floors? So I would probably go with a gray in that scenario. I would probably, we have 3 different grays. We have ash gray, carbon gray, and gray gel stain. So I would have to see the actual tile, Barbara, to give you a final answer, but you could definitely go on our website and take a look at the carbon gray, the ash gray, and the gray gray. The regular gray tends to read a bit blue, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you want, the carbon gray is a little bit deeper, darker gray, and then the ash gray is a little bit lighter. It does not read blue, however. It has more of a brownish undertone to it, like a taupey gray, which that's probably my favorite gray in the line. So that would be my opinion. Oh, by the way, we also have a white gel stain. So if you wanted to do something where it had like a white wood stain type of a look, you could use the white gel stain as well. And Norma is asking, she has an old buffet she needs to redo. Can she use the stain gel you used on the wood staircase? Yep, that's the gel stain. Please show which gel stain you use. So I use the black gel stain. Let me just grab the can for you really quick so you can see it up close and personal. And these products do come in, so this is the black gel stain that I used. This is the pint, this is the quart. It also comes in a pint. So how much will it cover? The pint is probably going to cover, I would say you know, a good 2 medium to large pieces, whereas the quart will cover probably 3 to 4, 4 to 5 larger pieces, depending, of course, how many coats you put on it. I would say that that's probably 4 to 5. You know, that's probably like 1 to 2 coats per piece if I were, you know, kind of figuring it out that way. Let's see. So Elizabeth's asking, what did I use to paint the black door? I use the General Finishes milk paint in lamp black. And let me tell you, I don't, did I take it before? I think I took a before picture. And you guys saw this before. It was trashed. I mean, it had layers of paint. It was very rigidy. I filled a couple little spots on the bottom that were really bad with a little bit of spackle. But it looks so good, and it looked so bad before. So I'm telling you that General Finishes paint, it hides a plethora of sins. It really does flatten out and tighten up really, really nicely. So I love the way it came out. And I did not use any top coat on this yet. This is just the existing satiny matte finish that the paint actually has on its own. So Ralph says, Julie and I can't wait for the store to open again. Yeah, we're itching as well. We are itching for the store to open, but we're also really thankful that we have some really fantastic customers that are willing to do curbside pickup and shipping with us. I don't know if you guys caught it, but on Friday we did a shop tour, and that I felt was a really great way to kind of just, you know, get you guys kind of going with some of the home decor stuff and the furniture that we have at the shop. We sold quite a few things, and we had a lot of people just reaching out. So I think we're going to continue to do that. We're going to do one this week. I think we're going to do that on Thursday. So stay tuned. We're going to announce the details for that. I'm pretty sure we're going to do it on Thursday. We'll do another shop tour. And I think this time I'll probably feature certain items. And I'll also be talking about our auction that we're going to be doing, which is 100% of it is going to benefit some worthy cause that I need you guys to help me with. So Denise has a question. She wants to paint her yellow orange wood doors that have polyurethane in white. What do I recommend? So you can definitely use the gel stain on that. So basically you're going to do it just like I did on the china cabinet door that I just did. And that is going to be lightly scuff sand it, wipe it down with a tack cloth, clean it with denatured alcohol, which I just realized I forgot to do on that piece, and then put the gel stain on, wait for it 6 to 8 hours to dry. You can layer another coat on it, or you can seal it after 48 to 72 hours, or whenever it's completely dry. So again, if you go to our website, click on the how-to menu at the top, and then click on how to, product techniques, product cards, that will basically show you how to use every single product that we sell. So gel stain is definitely up there. It'll give you all step-by-step instructions. And whenever you purchase those products, we also put a how-to card in there so that you know which steps to take as well. Christine got our oversized board kits. That's her next project. I can't wait to see it, Christine. Definitely post us photos. And Jill actually bought one for her grandkids, so they made it as well, which I love hearing that everybody's having fun doing this. So Cece's asking about high performance top coat, and we have flat satin and gloss. She's not sure what would go well for a dining room table, and she has a gray gel stain. So as far as your top coat goes, you know, our most popular finish is satin. It's a great in-between finish. It's not super glossy. It's not super flat. It kind of hides imperfections and things like that. So that's definitely our most popular. Our flat top coat is also very popular. The flat finishes are very much in right now. The thing that you want to understand about flat top coat is that if if I'm doing a flat top coat, I like to base coat with satin first and then do flat as my final finish. So whatever your finish coat is, your last coat, that is going to be the coat, the sheen level of your coat. But satin and gloss have a higher durability than flat. So I want to get some good durability in there first. I'm going to use my satin first, and then I'll layer a flat on top of it. If you're going with gloss, then I would just, do like 2 coats of gloss. And gloss is going to be your most durable. The reason for that is because the satin and the flat have flattening agents in them. So that kind of breaks down the durability of it. So if you want a good durable finish, but you want it to be flat, do 2 coats of satin and 1 coat of flat, and you'll be good to go. The other thing to know about flat, if you put flat on top of a darker color, because it has those flattening agents in it, it can kind of make it sometimes look a little hazy if you do too many coats of the flat. So like on black, we always recommend 1 coat of satin first and then put your flat on top of it. We also sell a product called Flat Out Flat. Flat Out Flat is even more flat than flat. So imagine how much flattening agent that has in it. How many times can you say flat in one sentence? So you just want to kind of keep in mind that if you're using the Flat Out Flat, you really want to make sure you put that satin on first. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Christine. I'm so happy to welcome you guys into my home. We've been living here for almost 11 years, and I've done literally nothing. I've shared nothing with the Sweet Pieces family and friends here in my home. So it's kind of been a little bit crazy, a little nerve-wracking, because, people always say, when I'm in the store, like, oh, your house must be so beautiful. And like inside, I'm like, oh my God, I have so many projects that I need to do. And I don't necessarily feel that way. I think we all feel that way about our own homes, but it's been really, really nice sharing it with you guys. And I'm so excited with everything that we're getting to tackle and finish. It's been really a lot of fun. So thank you for tuning in. Okay. Yeah. How-to product guides. That's what it's called on the website. Can you put flat on top of satin if you don't like it? Absolutely. So like I said, whatever your last coat of top coat is, that is going to be the sheen that your finish is going to be. So I hope you guys enjoyed our little video today on all things gel stain. I think I shared a lot of knowledge with you. And we're going to be coming to you. What did we say? I can't remember. Julie, did we talk about this? We're going to be coming back to you on Wednesday with another video. Thursday, we're going to be coming to you with another shop tour. So definitely make sure you tune in for that. On Wednesday, I'm trying to remember what we said. I can't remember what we said. But we will be announcing it. We will put out a post on Facebook and or Instagram. We will also send out an email. So make sure you guys are on our email list. You can either private message us your email, or if you go, we didn't talk about it, or if you go to our website, a little pop-up will come up and it will ask you for your email address. So make sure you put your email in there. That's where we always send out information about our upcoming events, any sales that we have going on, any new videos, all of that good stuff. You guys are always so complimentary of me. You're going to make my head way too big. I so appreciate the time that you guys take to spend time with me and learn more about the products that we carry. But on this finishing note, I do want to just mention to you guys that I hope that you're keeping your mental health in check. This is a really scary, unprecedented time, and I think that this can go like one of two ways. We can get very internal and introverted, and we could go down a scary road. But I encourage you guys to make sure that you are turning off the news for some good amount of hours during the day. If you must watch the news, only watch it for a short period of time. And then the rest of the time, fill your head with good things. And good things are different for everybody. I love learning. I love analyzing the business and trends and products. So I'm watching different YouTube videos on how to do different things. I'm listening to different podcasts. I'm going onto Audible and I'm reading or listening to new books. I'm also listening to Caleb at 95.5. It's all good music, all positive, inspiring music. So make sure that you're filling your head with good things, because if you're not, you could go to a very, very dark place, and that is not where we want you to be. So make sure that you're keeping yourself inspired, you're keeping yourself busy. If I hear anyone say that they're bored, I don't understand that. I don't quite understand what it is to be bored. I don't think I've ever been bored in my entire life, because I just think there's always something to do. And especially now with the internet, I mean, you can literally learn anything that you want to learn is out there on the internet. So take this time. I think that there's got to be some sort of a silver lining in this. I've been saying that we are making lemonade with lemons at Sweet Pieces. We could have closed our doors. I could have laid everyone off and said, I'm going home for 3 months. So, but I didn't. I said, you know what? We can't do that. I owe it to my customers. I owe it to my team. I owe it to myself for what we have built to continue to build it. And we found another way. So do whatever you can to stay afloat and to keep yourself positive and healthy, and, yoga, do some yoga, get your body moving, go for walks outside. It's such a great way to maintain mental health. You need to be physical to maintain that mental health too. So that's really important. And you guys know I love Beachbody on Demand. That's my go-to for my workouts. And by the way, they've released a new series on Friday. I haven't tried it yet. I might even do it mid-afternoon today. I don't know. I did my yoga this morning, but maybe I'll do another workout. It's a bar workout. So bar is more like, it's Barre, if you guys haven't heard of it. It's more like ballet and a little bit of Pilates. So dancing, like a dancer. And I was a dancer as a kid, dancer and gymnast. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. So Joy, I will always be humble, because that is what the Lord says that I have to be. So I promise you, I'll always be humble. You guys are so sweet, so kind with your words. I can't wait to see you on Wednesday. Leave us a note. Let us know what you want to see. Is there something that you want to learn about? I'd be happy to teach you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay positive, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Want to learn more? Subscribe now.